Imagine a world where cars run on coal, engines drink peanut oil, entire vehicles are built from woven bamboo, and steering wheels get replaced by joysticks. Humanity has tried some truly questionable things in the name of innovation, and today we dive deep into those bold, bizarre, and borderline insane ideas. This is the strangest car experiments in history, where genius often walks hand in hand with madness. Sit back, buckle up, and explore the moments when engineers simply said, "Hey, why not?" While watching, drop a comment below and share which experiment shocked you the most and which one you think deserves a comeback. Now let's begin our countdown from number 10 all the way to number 1. Number 10, the 1950s, two cars in one. The double-ended car. The double-ended car was one of the strangest visual experiments ever created. It had no front and no back. Both sides were identical with headlights, windshields, and controls. This vehicle was originally designed for mines and narrow roads where turning around was difficult. Drivers simply stopped, switched sides, and kept going without performing a single turn on public streets. The idea was total chaos because other drivers had no clue which direction it was going. The concept was clever, but the world clearly wasn't ready for a car with two faces. Number 9. The bamboo car, a vehicle made from actual bamboo. In the 2010s, Filipino engineers experimented with building cars from woven bamboo to create a strong yet eco-friendly design. The result looked like a rolling piece of furniture that blended craftsmanship with engineering. It was surprisingly sturdy and lightweight, proving bamboo could handle more than most people expected. But real-world issues like moisture, weather damage, insects, and cracking became immediate problems. Insurance companies didn't even know how to classify a wooden car eaten by bugs, which didn't help the idea survive. It was beautiful, clever, and creative, but not exactly practical for long-term driving. Number 8. The 1970s safety car with a joystick instead of a steering wheel. Some engineers believed the future of driving would be inspired by fighter jets, not cars. They replaced the steering wheel with a joystick that handled turning, accelerating, and braking. The result was a terrifying learning curve. Gamers might understand this. Joystick steering isn't easy. Drivers overcorrected, drifted unintentionally, and spun out as if the car had a mind of its own. One test driver said it felt like piloting a helicopter from the driver's seat. The idea was futuristic but impractical, and it failed instantly, but it remains a fascinating glimpse at what could have been. Number 7. The PL-P50, the smallest car in history. In the 1960s, the Peli P50 became the tiniest production car ever made, about the size of a refrigerator on wheels. It had 3 wheels, 1 door, 1 headlight, and absolutely no reverse gear. If you needed to go backward, you simply stepped out and dragged the entire car by hand. It was marketed as cheaper than walking, and honestly, the company wasn't lying. Its small size, quirky looks, and absurd practicality made it iconic. Today, it's a collector's legend, proof that weird ideas sometimes become cultural treasures. Number 6. The Dymaxion car, the 3-wheeled land zeppelin designed by visionary architect Buckminster Fuller. The Dymaxion car looked like a blimp crossed with a bus. It could seat up to 11 people and supposedly reach 120 miles per hour while being extremely fuel efficient. Its strangest feature was the single rear wheel used for steering, giving it an insanely tight turning radius. But that also made it unstable at high speeds and vulnerable to strong side winds. Despite its innovation, the world didn't know what to make of such a futuristic machine. One crash sparked fear, and the experiment faded decades ahead of its time, but too unusual to survive. Number 5. The Amphicar, the car that drove straight into water in the 1960s. The Amphicar became the world's first mass-produced amphibious vehicle. Drivers would literally steer it from land straight into lakes, while shocked spectators thought they were witnessing a drowning. It had a watertight body, 2 propellers, and an engine that doubled as a marine motor. The concept worked beautifully, but performance was slow both on water and on land. Maintenance was expensive because every seal had to remain waterproof. Despite its flaws, the Amphicar remains one of the most charming car experiments ever built, a truly delightful piece of engineering weirdness. Number 4. The Ford Nucleon, a car powered by a nuclear reactor. Ford once planned a car powered not by gasoline, not by electricity, but by a miniature atomic reactor. The Ford Nucleon was supposed to drive 5,000 miles on a single nuclear charge. The cabin included heavy radiation shielding, essentially turning it into a moving bunker. But tiny reactors aren't easy or safe to manage, especially on public roads. Physics, safety regulations, and common sense all said absolutely not. The government shut the idea down, making this one of the strangest but most memorable almost inventions in automotive history. Number 3. Wood gas cars, vehicles that ran on burning wood. During World War II, massive fuel shortages forced engineers to get creative. Their alternative was the wood gas car, which burned chunks of wood inside a metal furnace attached to the vehicle. Drivers had to light a fire, let it heat up, and feed logs into the burner like a locomotive conductor. Smoke blasted everywhere, and the cars barely reached 40 miles per hour. People joked that they were mobile fireplaces, and honestly, the description wasn't wrong. When gasoline returned, wood-powered cars vanished just as quickly as they appeared. Number 2. The Stout Scarab, the Beetle UFO luxury minivan. The 1935 Stout Scarab was one of the earliest attempts at creating a luxury moving office on wheels. With its rounded beetle-like body, it looked like something that had crash-landed from space. Inside, it featured rotating lounge chairs, a table, and an open cabin that felt more like a hotel lobby than a car. It was far too futuristic and far too expensive for the Great Depression era. Only 9 were ever made, making it one of the rarest car experiments in history. Today it stands as a symbol of innovation that arrived decades too soon. Number 1. The Peanut Oil Mercedes, a car that ran on vegetable oil during the 1973 fuel crisis. A French inventor poured pure peanut oil into a Mercedes diesel engine. Shockingly, the car ran perfectly and the exhaust smelled like roasted peanuts. Mercedes later confirmed that diesel engines could run on various vegetable oils with minor adjustments. The problem was scaling it for global use, because the world simply couldn't grow enough peanuts to fuel millions of cars. Still, this experiment showed that the future of fuel might come from plants, not pumps, and even today, biodiesel owes part of its legacy to this strange but brilliant moment in history. And that completes our countdown of the strangest, boldest, and wildest car experiments in history. Some ideas were brilliant, some were ridiculous, and some were decades ahead of their time. But each one pushed engineering forward in ways we still feel today. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and most importantly comment below. Which experiment would you actually try, and which one should stay buried forever? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.